in your talk, you said your theme of your work is life and death. Do you have any particular theme for this exhibition and this day?
Because this is the second time SL has invited me, so I'm thinking what is the difference between the first time and the second time. So I'm given this second chance, and then my work also I use a lot of different materials and I transform them from one form into another. So I like to think of them as having a second life. So gradually, as this residency progresses, this has become the theme of the exhibition, where I want to explore the idea of second life. Like these are like seashells. So they once belonged to something. They were living things, and then they become food, and then they become garbage. So after that, I give them a second life. So now they become art. And also the batik I'm doing is also along the same theme, where because Malaysia has batik and Japan has roken susume, which is similar. And before I came, I have been trying to make batik for 2 months. But because it's a very technical process, and I'm not a technical person, so I haven't successfully made a batik. And with that, I came here and trying to do batik again with the materials available here. And also, I like to explore the idea of heat, how to bring heat. Like for instance, the shells, most of them were cooked, so there is heat involved before they die. And the batik also, it involves wax, wax in the liquid form. So it's because the heat is a high temperature, so then it liquefies. But when the temperature decreases, then it becomes solid. And then after applying color, dyeing, the wax will be reheated again, so they will come up. And from there, I also use the leftover wax to make small sculptures. Yeah.
Do you have any episodes for making each works? Something.
Yeah, I think the hotate shells, the scallop shells, we collected from Otaru. So Tenjinyama arranged for me to go to Otaru to pick up, and then so me, my wife, and Okawada-san went to pick up the hotate. And it was a very long drive, about almost 2 hours. I think I was nervous when we went there because the driver Okawada-san doesn't speak any English. So like I was wondering, what am I going to do in the 1 hour inside the car? So I was very nervous about that, and I began to think about him. Like, what will he think of me? Like being a foreigner. When we pick up the scallop shells, I immediately I think I want to make a story of this trip to Otaru, and Okawada-san becomes a very important character in the story. So I made him into a character where he observes me, maybe observes my deepest, darkest desire. Something he can see through me. That was created here. Is a reaction to the things that happen normally every day here around me. So the shells is one example. And maybe this is another example. I made this. This is a Kanaba crab shell, and I saw this shape. It looks like a seahorse. So I mentioned to a member from SR, Neo Masuda, and then she said the name of the seahorse is what's the name of the seahorse?
Tatsuno Otoshigo.
Tatsuno Otoshigo, which she says is dragon drop child. And for me, that was very interesting. The word I'm making now is I found the shape of the dragon. So the dragon is literally dropping a child, which is a seahorse. So the dragon is giving birth to the seahorse.
All these works with shell made by painted by oil color. Please tell me again why you use oil color.
I use oil because I associate oil paint with when it was created. So it was created during the Renaissance period, where it's a period where science and magic still exists. Like the alchemists, they were trying to make gold out of lead through alchemical process. So for me, it's more like a magic. And now I think a lot of people change from oil to acrylic. And I really don't like using acrylic because acrylic comes from petrol. It's a byproduct of petroleum. So it's from petrochemical era, which is the current era we are staying in. So we are staying in the world of plastic. I prefer to be still in the world of magic. But here also, I realized that oil paint dries very slow. In Malaysia, it dries very fast. Maybe it's the cold weather. Maybe I think it's the cold weather. So I was tempted because I have a very short period of time to work towards an exhibition. But I use acrylic as a base so that the oil can sit on top of it, so that it doesn't seep through the shell, or the shell might maybe some chemicals from the shell will come out. Now I use acrylic as a sealant to block against the oil and the organic matter. But I still feel that it should be covered entirely with oil, and then the acrylic is just for practical purpose. And also because it takes a long time to dry, just now I said I was very tempted to use acrylic, but I think art shouldn't be something convenient. It should be something a little bit out of your daily life, a little bit difficult Yeah, it shouldn't be. If everything is convenient, then there's no place for difficulty. There's no place for there's no place for art anymore. Yeah, that's why I'm still using oil. Yeah.